So we have 4 children. And Julie, how did this come to pass? How did we end up with 4 kids?
Well, I think most people know how it happens.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to explain that on this. That's not this video.
No, John and I are both on our second marriages. So our oldest child is from my first marriage. Then we had a child together. Mm-hmm. And then we adopted 2 children.
Yeah, so actually we fostered them before we adopted.
Right.
So we've got kids every possible way you can get kids. And if there's another way, please don't tell us about it, because
We're done.
yeah, 4 is good. 4 is enough. But the idea that we have these adopted kids came from somewhere.
Right.
So should I start by talking about Father's Day?
Sure.
Okay, Father's Day of 2009, we were sitting in our church and our pastor was honoring the fathers of the church and giving out books and awards, essentially acknowledging people who were fathers of long-standing or many children or something like this. And he just made this value statement, which was, we're adoption central. In other words, he was articulating that our church cares about kids, orphans, and about caring for children, getting people placed in families. Mm-hmm. And I'd always heard him say that and then subsequently think, that's a good idea for the Smith family or for those people over there. That Father's Day of 2008, I was shocked to find myself thinking that's a good idea for us. And so we came home from church and I shared that with Julie. And you did what?
I started crying.
Okay.
Because 3 weeks prior, I had been praying to God about what was next in my life. Our youngest was about to start kindergarten, and I had been at home since before he was born, and wondered, should I go back to school, or should I start working for our church, or what was next? And he put adoption on my heart. Well, I told God that I didn't really want to do it. And if it was him, that he had to tell you about it.
Yeah.
Which he did 3 weeks later.
Yeah, so I said that on Father's Day, and you went and got a journal.
A journal, yeah. I had written adoption across the page in capital letters with a bunch of question marks.
So it was, you received a word about it. 3 weeks later, I received a word about it. And we were, at that point in our lives and our faith, I guess, that we just said, okay, we'll do it.
We decided to be obedient, whatever God asked us to do.
Yeah. So that was 2008. Mm-hmm. We had just signed a contract to build an office building. In the September, Lehman Brothers failed, and it started this cascade that was called the global financial crisis. Yeah. And money was really, really tight.
Super tight, yes.
And we're bringing these kids into our house.
Yes. And you get a subsidy with foster care.
Oh, yeah. It makes you rich.
It does not cover your expenses.
Yeah.
It is a nice help, but we were not in a financial situation to take on any more kids.
Yeah.
But we were obedient.
And we did, yeah. Well, I don't really know. We didn't have a decision made about how we're going to conclude this short message, but what's the lesson you would take from that experience?
I think I would say 2 things. Is when God calls you to do something, be obedient. Even when it doesn't make sense in the natural, because he's going to provide what you need. And secondly, if you choose to adopt or are considering it, please let us know. We'd love to share with you our experience. And I always tell people, as a couple, you have to be on board together, because if one is hesitant, I say don't do it. You have to both be all in, because it can be challenging.
Yeah.
But rewarding as well.
Yeah. Couple things that we didn't mention. We're not poor any longer.
No.
So we got through that. And there's ways that the stress of an expanding family can push a couple apart, or it can push them together. Let's talk about that in our next message.
Sounds good.
Okay.